Hey guys, Nick with 2. How do you do? This is going to be a video response to Cutlery Lover and his video about um, cutting edge. I encourage you to go watch it. It's very informative. All of his points are totally true, and they are very informative. Sorry, but there's just a couple things that I wanted to talk about. In his video, he talked about purely the cutting edge. So right here I have a Kershaw Chill Cold Steel Recon 1. In his video he said, look at this folder. Since it's so much bigger, it's going to be so much better at cutting. And when you inspect the actual blade lengths of these cutting edge, they're not that far off. Surely the Recon 1 is a bit bigger, but probably not that much. Probably about half an inch to half an inch to 3/4 of an inch. But there's that part is totally true. But there's a part to folders that you gotta take into account when looking at a blade. When you increase the length of the blade in a folder, you have to increase the length in the handle to hold it. So if you want to increase, this is just purely physically, the blade is about an inch longer, and back here there's an inch on the back that's longer. So right at the pivot point lined up, the Recon 1 is about 2 inches longer. See that? So you get 1 inch more in blade length and 2 inches more in overall length when you go up 1 inch in the blade length. Something like this. Here we have the Cold Steel Raja 2. It's about 14 inches overall. As you can see, it's about 2 inches. Let's line up the pivot points. It's about 2 inches longer on the blade, and about 2 inches on the handle. So every inch of blade you increase, you have to increase the handle by an inch, thus giving you kind of like an exponential, not an exponential, but a rising length overall, just by going up a little bit in blade length, as opposed to, let me move these off to the side a little bit, you get a fixed blade. It's about the same cutting surface as a Raja 2, but overall length about an inch longer than the Recon 1. Line them up at the back, 2 inch. So since you don't have to add that extra inch on the handle side to hold the blade, you can have a much longer cutting surface, but an overall length that's shorter. Here's another folder. This is a pretty long handle for something like this, but overall it's about the same size as the Recon 1 and about the same blade length. Sure, you can have it. This one, I wanted a long handle, so you can do that because I made this, but here's something. This is another blade I made. It's a knife modeled after the Rambo 4 knife. I added the spines by myself, but that's where I took my design from. Can't even get it on camera. So over here, let me get the other knives out of the way. You have Recon or Raja 2 and a machete. overall, the machete is about 3-4 inches longer, but in cutting edge, try and get this on camera, it's basically twice as long. But there's also the function, or not function, carryability factor that you have to factor in. You factor in this, you can carry this in your pocket. Can't carry this in your pocket, let alone anywhere. I don't know if you can conceal this at all. This much easier. But overall length, not huge difference. Cutting edge, big difference. So I guess the point of this video is like to say that the overall length of a knife is determined by, one, its function, machete used for cutting down brush and stuff, and two, if it's a folder or not. So, because fixed blades can't really fold anything, so it's always at its maximum length. Folders are about cutting, not purely half, but a little less than half when they're folded. And so that whenever you increase the blade length, you increase the handle length, which makes the overall length of the knife much greater than something with the cutting edge of something smaller or something more equivalent. I don't really have a knife exactly like this, but that's just something I think Jeff, you missed, take into account that you have to add a handle length whenever you increase the blade length. So yes, the cutting edge may be only a half an inch or an inch difference, but the overall length has to change too, and therefore the overall girth and width has to change too. Well, yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Please discuss in the comments if you have any questions or comments, or something I missed. Please let me know if I missed anything, or somehow got completely off topic and completely wrong. So remember, keep your knife sharp, your mind sharp, and I'm Nick with 2. Thanks for watching.